Well, what's up, everybody? It's me, Erica, and we are back. I had to put some creamer in my coffee, and we are back. I had to pick up my lighter so we can get to burning. It's Friday night at 8. And please don't be too late. Ain't got myself a date. Hey, she might be my mate. Hey, it's gonna be so great. Hey, great. Oh, Hey, girl, did you hear? Did you hear? Okay, so Wendy and Eddie, girl. Oh my God. Shout out to the Brooke Ashley. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and comment. Let the people know you stopped by, girl. Shout out to the Brooke Ashley. When I tell you the Brooke Ashley is outdone, she is tired and through of these nicks. She is so outdone. I said, Brooke, when I watched her video, Brooke is outdone. I think everybody's just like, this is just proof. It is super duper proof that you can be a academically smart person, but when it comes to criminal activities, dumb as rocks. Now, the people said that allegedly they have 40 credit cards and they're using aliases. They said they use aliases for packages so people won't know who they are, the Ocephals. I mean, delivery drivers deliver in celebrity neighborhoods all the time, right? And the person's name is on the package, right? I told you that time my sister delivered to Kyle Richards' house and Mauricio answered the bell. She was like, that motherfucker was fine as fuck, high as hell, and fine as hell. She said Mauricio was fine as hell. Yeah, she was like, girl, I delivered a package to Kyle Richards' house today. I was like, what? Yeah. So people have their names on their packages. You're supposed to. And maybe they believe that somebody like, oh, the Ocephals live here. Like, I don't think delivery drivers care. A delivery driver might not even know who the Ocephals are, right? If you're not like in this Bravo universe, or maybe in the political sphere where she was doing commentating. I don't see her doing any commentating anymore. I'm not really in the political sphere like that, but do y'all see Wendy commentating? I don't see her commentating anymore. I don't. Do y'all? I don't know. So it came out. Let's go to the blogs, honey.
I sponsor the now. Yes. I sponsor the blog. Let me tell you something.
So we can get the full story. So it came out that there was some aliases, girl. Didn't I tell you the first story I see? TikToker shot and killed, boyfriend arrested. This was girl. This was a trans girl. Girlalala, TikTok creator and wig influencer. This is the story. Okay, TikTok creator and wig influencer, Girlalala, was shot and killed November 14th in what authorities say was a domestic dispute that turned violent, prompting renewed concern from advocates about the rising rates of intimate partner violence against Black transgender women. Harrison, 21, was found with multiple gunshot wounds inside of a vehicle and later died at a nearby hospital, according to Broward County Sheriff Office. Deputies arrested her boyfriend, Shanoid White Jr., 25, at the scene and charged him with first-degree murder with a firearm. White is being held without bond, according to jail records. Good. Detectives said a pair had been in years of ongoing relationship and has argued inside White's vehicle shortly before the shooting. Investigators recovered the firearm at the scene, the sheriff's office, and said the case remains active and additional evidence, including surveillance footage circulating online, is being reviewed. A GoFundMe has been created. They have raised nearly $30,000. Among the donors, rapper JT, who contributed $13,500, called for greater awareness of DV that affects LGBTQ people. Community members who followed Harrison online also said they seen earlier signs of tension between Harrison and White in videos posted by the couple. Read the full article at Gay Magazine. That is so sad. And this was not a he didn't know. They were in a full relationship. I know who this girl is. They were in a full relationship, and there was always clips of her coming down to her page and her platform showing, bruises. Um, and then him like saying, I don't care if you man, woman, trans, I don't care, we gonna do this and we gonna fight and stuff like that. He seemed very violent. It just seemed like a very volatile relationship, and it's unfortunate that, again, here we are, another woman killed by her intimate partner, another one. And this is not a situation where you can throw out, they were in a relationship and he knew of her identity. They were in a relationship long. I don't know how, it doesn't say here how long they were, but it seemed like it was a long relationship. So let's listen. Okay, we're not listening to the 911 call. So here. Probable cause, and I'm going to keep the no bond hold on Mr. White.
Former college football player, now inmate here at the Broward County, Maine jail, charged with first-degree murder, accused of killing his girlfriend. And those that knew the couple tell me that they had a tumultuous relationship. New video shows the moments immediately after a transgender TikTok influencer was shot Friday night. Deputies say at the hands of her boyfriend, 25-year-old Shanoid White Jr. Video from a Tesla captures who appears to be White getting out of the driver's side of a beige sedan along the 3300 block of Northwest 37th Street. The passenger door opens where we're told by relatives the victim, 21-year-old Maurice Harrison, known as Girlalala, tries to get out. White is seen grabbing her by the hair and putting her back inside before pacing with his cell phone. According to an arrest form, he then calls for help. Broward Sheriff's Office investigators say the pair had been in a relationship for several years.
Mm-hmm.
Probable cause, and I'm going to keep the no bond hold on Mr. White. Former college football player, now in.
Here he goes right here.
I'm Girlalala. Of course I can't follow simple instructions. I'm the wig snatcher. Of course I want my girlfriend looking like this 24 seconds. So no other nigga was trying to talk to her. I'm Lala. Of course I always think I'm right. Even when I know I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm the wig snatcher. Of course when my girlfriend made me mad, I had to fight her. I'm Girlalala. Of course I'd rather listen to my friends than listen to my man, because obviously they know more than I do.
So you see, they're in a relationship and they're going back acting like they're each other, but she actually showed a bite mark on her arm. He likes to take my wig off so no other man will want me. This is terrible. I'm going to read a couple comments and we're going to move on. Eye for an eye, give him the chair. But this is one of the many lessons that people refuse to learn. Stop playing in these toxic relationships thinking they're cute or that it indicates some type of love or form of affection. They are warning signs that you must make your exit on your terms or unfortunately on someone else's. The choice is yours. Your story is told over and over again by so many people in the same situation. Yeah, I think there's this thing with younger adults where they believe, like, they like toxic relationships. They like for the man to feel jealous. They want the man to, be a little bit aggressive. That's not, no, that's only going to lead to something else. Like, we don't like toxic relationships. We're not uplifting toxic relationships. We're not promoting or encouraging toxic relationships, right? Fighting in relationships, like physical fighting each other and then being like, it's okay afterwards. No. And then, like, you know, I tell my sons all the time, like, your definition of love and somebody else's definition of love is going to be different, because people come from environments where the violence comes before the affection, and they feel like that has to continue in every aspect of their life. In their personal life, you don't know how they were treated as children, how they were shown love. They could have been physically abused and then, given presents and things like that to apologize without actually apologizing, or saying, I'm doing this, I'm hitting you because I love you. That kind of messaging will fuck somebody up, really. And so when they go out and try to be in relationships with other people, they're taking that where they feel like they got to get into a fight before they get into the resolve of the affection and the love and the so-called love. You understand what I'm saying? And a lot of people, they like, oh, I like my man and they're toxic. No, you don't. He will kill you. The femicide rates is ridiculous, and they're ridiculous, and the intimate partner violence rates are ridiculous. And I know that's the way of the world, people being in relationships with one another, but it's just like, we have to discourage toxic relationships. If your friends, or people or a niece or a nephew, like they start off young trying to be toxic, and that's why my sons growing up, I discourage that. Don't ask my son if he has a girlfriend or a boyfriend. Don't ask him nothing about no goddamn relationship. He don't even know who the fuck he is. And I had to sit down and explain to them, you don't know who you are. And part of being in a relationship is understanding the other person's feelings and emotions. You are a teenager. You don't understand your own feelings and emotions, and you don't have time to be in relationship with someone raised completely different than you, trying to figure out their emotions and their feelings and trying to understand their emotions and feelings. My son has a friend whose so-called girlfriend doesn't allow him to have social media. Doesn't allow. When he told me that, and I said it in front of the boy, he was like, his girlfriend doesn't let him have social media, doesn't allow him. I said, allow? I said, allow? And I was just like, and the boy was looking at me, and I was like, that's insecurity, and that's control. She's trying to control you. Well, I don't want social media. It's okay. No, that's not okay, because that's how you all socialize. She's keeping you from an aspect of life. She's able to socialize on social media, but you're not. How does that work? She's trying to control you because she's insecure, because she don't know who the fuck she is. So you don't have time to be in no fucking relationship. And I know people, we encourage children, you get little babies walking around and people like, where's your little girlfriend? And all that other shit. But the truth is, you should not be encouraging people whose brains aren't even finishing developing, trying to get them into be in relationships with people who don't even understand themselves. So it's two people in a relationship that don't understand themselves, therefore they will not understand each other. And so it's going to be tumultuous. And we're not promoting toxic relationships where you're fighting, breaking up, fighting and breaking up. No, we're not doing that. That's not cute. We're not encouraging you to work it out with someone who put their hands on you or who even gestured towards you in an aggressive way. I tell my sons the same thing. Don't you let nobody put their hands on you. Doesn't mean you have to put their hands on you. The only time that you will put your hands on somebody else is in self-defense. That's it. But you don't put your hands on nobody. And if they put their hands on you, you don't accept it. You end the relationship. Because once somebody, to me, I feel like even in a parent-child relationship, I feel like there's a lack of respect for you to actually put your hands on a person in a violent way. It's a lack of respect for that person's body and agency. So when somebody does that to you, there's no reconciliation. You put your hand on me in a violent way. There's no coming back from that. Don't you even wink at me aggressively. It's over with. And that's it. And we're not working it out. We're not trying to see the best in you when you only show me the demon in you. I'm not waiting around to see the best in you. Show it to somebody else. Deuces. Intimate partner violence rates are real. They're not fake. They're not fake. These women every single day. Every day. It's like, I think it's like, I can't remember. It's like every 10 minutes, a woman is being abused and harmed by somebody. I believe it's like every 10 minutes. The lines that people are calling, the helplines where people are trying to get out of relationships, they're in abusive relationships, and they're calling these lines for help off the hook. But then at the same time, you get messaging like, these men are your protectors and your providers. And it's like, no, they're not. They're not. And you have been socialized to believe just because they have a penis that they're qualified to lead, they're qualified to be the man of, and all this other stuff. No. And then these men in relationship with trans women, they think they can fight these girls. And then y'all think they can, oh, that's just two niggas fighting. No, no, no. Them, girl, you see trans women, they're not muscular, muscle bound, brolic men. Like that's the image that you guys try to put in the air. Like, that's two niggas, that's just two niggas fighting. No, nah, B. No. And you think that because this person was born with a penis that they're automatically stronger. That's not always the case. I don't. It's sad. It's sad. It's really sad. Let's get to Wendy. Let's get to the mess. Let's get to Wendy and Eddie. Shout out to the Girlalala. Rest well, sweetie. And I hope justice is served. I hope he goes to jail forever. All right, let's go. Let's go to, cats are hilarious. Let's go to the neighborhood talk. So Wendy Osefo, where is the thing? So it says Dr. Wendy accused police of conducting illegal arrest. Okay, no, this was okay, here it is. It says the Osefos accused the police of failing to investigate the initial burglary, calling it a clear bias against their family. The alias names were used only for delivery of packages to safeguard their identity as public figures, not on any financial applications. These allegations are false and misleading. Is basically what EddieHennessy and Wendy Pam Oliver Osefo said. They've never used any aliases on any financial applications. This allegation is false and misleading. Such names were used for delivery packages following their lawful purchase to safeguard their identity of very public figures. It's ironic for the state to assert or exaggerate the existence of any purported debt in connection with this accomplished professional couple. Due process is paramount to the administration of justice, and its breach by misleading the public with a false narrative has only compounded the harm. The defense is confident the court will prevent any further violation of the Osefos' right to a fair trial. Signed, their lawyers. So a lot of people think that after her appearance at BravoCon, they were like, bitch, what the fuck you think? You traveling, you got these nice clothes on. Oh no, bitch, we about to release some shit on y'all. When I tell you Brooke was outdone, I was laughing because she was really like, what, there's so many, like everybody's thinking like, girl, I just can't believe it's a headline of y'all like allegedly committing insurance fraud. It's just like, Wendy, there are I guess the candles ain't working, but there's so many avenues that you can take to access multiple streams of income. Did she start a podcast? They started Happy Eddie. Didn't she start a podcast? I'm sure she gets some advertising from there. How much money do y'all want? That's what I'm trying to figure out. How much money do you want? Wendy is Wendy is in law. I think she's going to put those degrees to amazing use. Hope she comes out on top of this situation. I hate to see a black family this successful and educated She said with the first lady, I think it's the case of prejudice personally, but we will see. So explain the IDs in different names. My original thinking was if this is being reported that they got cards using fake names, then they had to have stolen social security numbers, right? But as long as they've used their own socials and information, is it fraud? It's fraud all the way around. The cards were found in their possession and with multiple names. They were in trouble on top of the insurance fraud and scam. Their goose is cooked. It's only a matter of going to trial now. The chase for fame and money is ruining lives. This is Jen Shaw all over again. She may not have stolen from anyone or retailers, but she still committed a crime and needs to be held accountable for all that education for these beautiful Black people to go down a dream. 3 kids, one of whom called her out about not actually being a doctor. So sad to watch. Not to mention, what does it get you in the end? Being on TV? Somebody said, honestly, it boils down to pure unadulterated greed. You know how many accomplished professional couples are out in the United States committing fraud? I mean, you can go on to HBO and just go into the documentary sections. Little couples, married couples committing fraud all of the fucking time. Wendy and Eddie ain't the first, and they damn sure ain't gonna be the last. Damn it. Committing fraud, insurance fraud, whatever fraud, but committing fraud, trying to get over, trying to get past taxes, not paying their taxes, trying to do loops, insider trading, all the shit. They all commit in some level. It's a scheme that Todd set up. I'm telling you, it is. They ain't no different from anybody else. I'm telling you, go to HBO. HBO has good documentaries. Like when these people commit fraud and stuff like that, their wives be knowing. The wives be living off the fruits of the scam money. For real. They said 40 credit card and debit cards, some of which are in company names, as well as Pam Oliver, Eddie Hennessy, in a deliberate attempt to mask their identity. Additionally, WendyOliver falsely denied using PayPal, Venmo, and Cashapp to pay for jewelry. It's a lot. They said Mia took the stuff out of Wendy's house while she was on vacation. Case closed. Millionaires do it all the time. Fictitious names. Don't let it be the folks in the flip houses. They'll create an LLC for homes just to protect themselves. Yep. Who the fuck is Eddie Hennessy? Hope they get through it. Some of y'all cousins scam all the time, and y'all still give them $5 and sweep it under the rug, child. Now, how did Pam Oliver get in this? That's hilarious, especially because Pam Oliver's wigs be backwards on her top of her head. Why do they have 2 lawyers? Did anyone clock that? For each of them, the lawyer can't represent them both. It'll be a conflict of interest. Team Wendy. Wendy, please be you just the way you are and what you can afford. We loved you from your Fashion Nova Sheen days. We will continue to love you. I mean, just because you can afford designer labels doesn't mean you have style. Girl, I'm telling you, the girls be rocking that fast fashion, and you would never know it. I mean, unless you look at the seams and the hems. Hello, but and the material, all that polyester shit full of microplastics and shit. But you know what? What are you gonna do? But you can dress up. So style has nothing to do with designer labels. Nothing. Nothing. Shamia is a testament to that. Shamia got on every motherfucking label ever invented in the history of the world and looks like a goddamn clown. Did you see what she had on? She had on some blue bodysuit with with a big sphere, like a disc, a hat with, the part of her head was out of the hat, so it was just like a disc around her head. And she was on stage dancing. Somebody said she looks like the person that's trying to distract you from somebody robbing a bank. She's in there dancing, looking crazy as hell. She got Balenciaga all written all over the place. She got designer shit all over the place. No style whatsoever, motherfucking ever. Looks as tacky as Toya. Fashion, style, and designer labels are not synonymous. You can literally wear stuff from a thrift shop, and if you have a good style about you and you rocking it with confidence, that's what makes it fashion. I don't need to see a bunch of logos and labels and shit all over the place, bitch. You still look a fool. So Shamia is a testament to that. You can rock your Sheen, your Fashion Nova, and sometimes you can incorporate them both. I see a lot of people saying, I got on a Sheen outfit and a Gucci purse. That's what I'm saying. Buy what you can afford. I don't think anyone is going to shame you or shun you. But the truth of the matter is, we don't want the women to have to resort to breaking laws in order to be a housewife. That just seems grossly irresponsible as a grown woman. Like I'm gonna buy a whole bunch of clothes like Shamia did, still look a fool throughout the season. I'm going to buy all of this designer shit. Now, Wendy dresses nice. Wendy always looks really nice, well put together. But when she came back after her first season, she had got her body done. She was wearing her Versace. She was wearing all the things. And honey, remember when she first walked in and she looked Giselle directly in the face like, bitch, look at all this. This is what you really mad about, ho. I look good, bitch. But you will look just as well if you have that same, like, I don't know if the designer labels give you confidence, but that's weak as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like the confidence should just come out. You should be able to wear a goddamn potato sack and make it look fly. Make it work. What does Tim Gunn say? Make it work. Make it work. It could be a goddamn plastic bag. You can make it work. So Wendy, y'all just we don't, and that's the problem. Is that's why I say I think there should be some qualifications to be a housewife. I really think, because I think first of all, even people within a high tax bracket, they still doing scamming. You understand what I'm saying? People are getting over. Everybody is getting over in some capacity, in some system, in some way, right? They doing it in some way. I'm talking about these wealthy folks. They doing something in some way. That's why they're always getting caught. Real estate fraud, insurance fraud, what scamming old people. What Jen Shaw did, girl, get your ass up out of here. Karen did, get your ass up out of here. She's still breaking laws and breaking laws and doing shit that could affect other people, right? Wendy and Eddie don't have to do this stuff. They don't have to do this stuff. And I think that's the reason why so many people are like, what is wrong with y'all? And I could see if there were no children involved, but you have 3 children and your actions are going to directly affect them. Somebody said, I think it was in Brooks Live, they're going to have to get some scholarships because the restitution that Wendy and Eddie might have to pay, girl, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. You have affected your children's future, honestly. And it's unfortunate because, like I said, like that lady at the Salvation Army told me, desperate people make bad decisions. And when you're desperate to be seen as that like you are part of the haves and you're really teetering on the have and have nots. And the crazy part is you can have, but you want more. And it, like that person says, it's just greedy. They're just greedy. And then y'all making the Nigerian scammer, giving the Nigerian scammers a bad name, girl. Like, what the fuck are y'all doing? I'm sure the people are like, girl, y'all, this is elementary. These are some rookie mistakes y'all are making. Y'all should have went to Simon Scambadia. Simon Eeyore Scambati, or whatever the motherfucker's name is, because we don't really know if Simon is his name. Is Simon really even his motherfucking name? You should have went to him. Y'all ain't got the Nigerian connection. Hello? And then Mia. Girl, let's get to Mia. We already talked about Mia, but some more stuff came out about Mia. Girl, that's hilarious. Not the lady said that that they couldn't save Portia. They couldn't save her from her beating. And you know what? I don't like the way Shamia is playing in Drew's face. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I don't like it at all. She set up on that stage. Somebody asked Drew a question. She was talking, and then she mentioned that her and Shamia were going to be singing together later. And then Shamia interrupted. And then when Drew focused on her, all of a sudden Shamia was like, "Why are you talking to me? I thought the question was for he didn't have nothing to do with me." Then shut your mouth. Did nobody say anything to you? Shut up. I don't like the way she acts with Drew. I think it's weird. And it's like, what for? The battle of the singers, girl? What for? You're corny. A cornball casserole. Girl, you corny. Shamia is just corny to me. Shamia's always throwing rocks and hiding her hands. She did that same shit last season with Portia. Y'all, you talking all this shit about Portia with everybody else, but when it's time to confront Portia and talk to her about it, it's girl, no. Confront the girl. Tell her what you mean. Tell her what you told everybody else. Well, I really didn't say that. I don't know what you took from that. Girl, you was talking to me about Portia. I'm telling Portia what you said, and now you saying that's not what you said. So you got me looking crazy. Girl, get your corny ass up out of here in your cold ass house. Get out of here. I be trying to give it to Shamia, but I ain't forgot. What to give Portia? It's giving look away. It's giving taken. I ain't forgot. Girl, you encouraged that relationship, and Portia called you a matchmaker. So you were setting that girl up with a married man, and you really set her up for real after your husband tried to warn her about him. Y'all knew that he wasn't right to be with, and you still encouraged your friend to kiss him in the mouth and do all that other stuff. Girl, I'm telling you, when they was in middle school, her and Portia did a pinky promise swear and said they was gonna marry them some Africans. Girl, and that's could be the only story, because the way that girl, and then the way, I don't know, it's just Shamia. I just don't like how her and Drew are going back and forth, because it's like, what for? Why are you choosing to have, what is the problem? I need to go back. I'm trying to figure out what the problem with Drew is. Somebody tell me what the origination of the root of the issue with Drew and Shamika. Let me know. Y'all let me know. Shamia loves to be the victim. Girl, Drew ain't Portia. I'm so tired of Shamia. Kelly is the ultimate pick me. So desperate. Shamia still hasn't learned her lesson from last season, and it shows. She's still very unlikable. So Drew is Shamia's storyline. Got it. I used to really like Shamia as a friend. She's just not serving as a housewife. They literally pick on this girl every season. I really do like Drew, and she puts her issues out there. The fashion's questionable sometimes, but the face card fire, and she has an actual career. Drew is that girl and been that girl. Put respect on her name. Drew has been working in the industry since she was a little girl, so I don't understand what the problem is.
Here, being who she is.
She called her Shamessi.
Okay. Now, we've heard some rumors that there have been some tension between the cast with Michelle and Drew. Now, I gotta know. They said it started because one person thought they were a better singer than the other. If you had to choose between Drew and Michelle, who would you say is the better singer? Well, I mean, who is at the award shows? Well, I think Kay's at CMAs. Did you see it? Did you see it? I saw it. I saw her sing it. It doesn't include the national anthem. But I will say, I can't confirm or deny whether or not Kay Michelle was a part of our cast. But if she was, I would say absolutely Kimberly Michelle. Hello. And, yeah. That was an easy one. I mean, you should have gave me that one. The other one. Okay. Now, honestly, what's going to...
Girl, get Stewie Darby out my face. Okay, that's all the Bravo Shade Room has. Okay, let's go back to do we want to go to Hollywood Unlocked? They have 38 new posts. What time? How are we looking on time? Okay, let's look and see. Regine, go call your daddy. Little Duval. So y'all completely done with Nicki now? That's what he asked on Twitter. Let's see what some of the comments say. Been done. Been done. That's two different comments. I never liked that lady since she's been off since the minute one. Cardi B meme forever. Ben. Everybody said Ben. I'll forever love old Nicki though. I don't know where this cranky old lady came from. People wait for Nicki to fall off. Too bad. Keep trying. And that's to me, that is when we say that there's a level of psychosis that you have to sit in to wrap your head and your brain into a bow in order to defend something that is literally indefensible. Like, girl, you sitting up there speaking. Who are you speaking for? You, girl, you acting like somebody's persecuting Christians when Christians really have caused that Christian nationalist ideology has caused the most harm and has, you know how many people have been killed in Jesus' name by Christians going through trying to spread the word while they spread diseases and raping and pillaging and extracting resources from the land in Jesus' name. Girl, ain't nobody persecuting no Christians, girl. I've been done with her ever since she was beefing with Little Kim back in 2008. I'm done with anyone who's a supporter of the current administration and married to somebody on the SO list. The number of people waiting for Nicki to fall off or get canceled is crazy. Y'all gonna wait forever. So y'all team Cardi or Nicki? I don't get my political advice from celebrities, and you should not, because what you're going to find out is your value and morals don't align with theirs. That's what you are going to find out. That's why I said I cannot wait. I want to see how y'all react when the shoe drops on Jay-Z, because Beyonce is sitting right there the whole time. He made me into a woman. I want a man like my daddy. You do? Have you talked to your mom about who your daddy is, girl? Your daddy is not going to be the same as your husband. That's the crazy part. And y'all be looking for your daddy and your husband, and that's sad. It really is sad, especially when your father ain't shit. Now I can see if your father was an upstanding nickel, but your daddy ain't shit, and you want a man like your daddy. Your daddy ain't shit, so your nigga ain't gonna be shit. He done already cheated on you and everything else, girl. Mm. No, she cared. She cares. Does she care? Is the real question. I don't know what Nicki Minaj is doing. I don't know why she did that. That was just really, really weird to me. Megan Thee Stallion gives a tearful testimony in defamation trial against Milagro Grams. I genuinely didn't care if I lived or died. Oh, that's sad. Just because you have freedom of speech does not mean you have freedom to bully, Megan said. She continues testifying tomorrow. I hope she wins. It looks like she might. Which Bravo baddie wore it better, Portia Williams or Gia Judice? Oh, that dress. Was that a Fashion Nova dress? What dress was whose dress is this? Portia filled this dress all the way out. Little mama ain't got a grown woman body. Girl. New Mexico Congresswoman Melanie Stanberry claims the Epstein files include the mention of a lawsuit accusing Trump and Jeffrey Epstein of R-ing a 13-year-old girl. Michael Wolff and Jeffrey Epstein talk about incoming lawsuit of 13-year-old girl alleging Epstein and Donald Trump R'd her. This is an email from 2016. It says the attached lawsuit was filed this week in federal court in California, alleging Jeffrey Epstein and another man, Donald Trump, R'd her in 1994. We're planning to publish a story on the suit this afternoon, and we want to make sure it is fair. Is Mr. Epstein available to speak, or do you want to offer a comment on his behalf? My number is blah, blah, blah. I'm available at this time. I also tried your cell phone. Thank you in advance. David Ingram, correspondent, Reuters. Well, I guess if there's anybody who can wave this away, it's Donald. Let me know if there's anything I can do. And that was in the same day, about 7 hours later. It's between Martin Wahlberg and to Jeffrey Epstein. Mm-hmm. Okay, I don't want to hear her testimony. Yeah, like I don't even know why it's a conversation. All of those men are the same. Birds of a feather flock together. Delishis sarcastically claps back after Raymond Santana opens up about divorcing his non-traditional reality star wife 3 years ago. I did everything he said I did.
Right, who I am and what I stand for, it can't survive in this space. So, then then for me, I just had to understand that when it was over, it was over. And I think that was the realest thing, like with me and her, that when she came to me and she said, it's hard being your wife. I have to be somebody who I'm not. And I said, well, you got to be who you are. What did she have to be that she wasn't? Well, a wife. Like with me, it came more traditional. Yeah, I'm more traditional. So it came with she's not traditional, and a lot of things. I didn't actually make a lot of changes, but it comes to a certain point in your life with maturity that you make those changes on your own. And if I'm still growing and I don't see you growing, and the kids are growing, that's with us, right? Then that doesn't look right. You're not a good example. And so, when she comes to me and she's like, "You look." Right, who I am, I can't do it. I completely understand. That's fair. I
Um, if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong. Delicious said that he has some emotional issues, and understandably, he's been through a lot of trauma as a child. Um, I think Raymond Santana is unsuitable for partnership. You need to get your mental health together based on your childhood and things you experienced in your childhood by being part of the Central Park Five, um, instead of being in a relationship. Also, from my understanding, I understood that he moved in with her. I don't understand if you are operating as a traditional man, would you ever move into a woman's home?
Tired ass, po ass, raggedy ass, slow ass niggas.
Traditionally, you would take the woman from her father and she would move into your home, not you moving into her home. That's not when he says traditional, they mean patriarchal hierarchical template where the man is the center. That's what traditional means. Traditional means male centered, modern means you centered. That's why I don't like modern women, because y'all center yourselves. They want you to be traditional, they want you to be male centered. Now, I don't know where you thought you were going to get tradition out of a reality star, tradition out of a woman who is literally a non traditional woman. However, on the other side of that, one thing a pick me will do and loves to do is to be a wife. That's what they want to do. That's what they want to do. So if they get an opportunity, and typically it's with anyone who will accept them because they want to get picked. So they will move a man into their home and they will literally start morphing into a maid, a mule, and a mattress and everything else down the list, on down the list. That's one thing they love to do, is perform being a wife in a traditional sense, to the point where you move into her home, she will still cook. She will even call you the man of the house, even though it's her motherfucking house. Hello? So, men out there, you want a traditional woman, you're not moving in with her, sir. Traditional men don't move in with their wives, they move their wives into homes, or they buy a home together, Remember, I can't remember their names. Love is Blind. Traditional men are not moving. They're not moving in with women. They have too much self-respect to actually do that. What's the girl's name? The black girl and the white guy that were on Love is Blind and they got married. He had a home for her to move into. He already had a house. He was already leading his own life. He's already the leader in his own life. He's already the head of the house. This is my home. I'm moving. Candace, I think her name is not Candace. Hey Siri, who is the interracial couple from Love is Blind? Here's an answer from Lauren Speed and Cameron Hamilton. Lauren Speed and Cameron Hamilton. I caught that C. That's why I was saying Candace. Thank you. He moved her into his home. Raymond Santana, you're not a traditional man. And you are full of trauma that actually a woman cannot be your therapist. You need to go sit with a therapist because from my perspective, I remember Delishis saying that he had a lot of emotional problems that she was not ready to deal with. So you're framing it as she's not being a wife because you think your wife is also supposed to be your motherfucking therapist. And because she can't deal with you, all of a sudden she can't be a wife. Get out of my house first. Let's start there, nickel. Until you move a woman into your house, you're not traditional. Until you buy a house with another woman, that's egalitarian. Actually, we buying the house together. But traditionally, a man already has a home.
I can't do it.
So Delishis said, you would think after 3 years, I was reading London's message. So she said, you would think after 3 years, divorce a person would either speak the truth or say nothing at all. But hey, what do I know? But just to wrap this sideshow up real quick, I did everything he said I did. I was a disgusting, horrible wife and even worse mom. He suffered horribly the entire time. He couldn't take my non-traditional childish behavior any longer. He put his foot down, packed his amazing bags, and left. The end. May God forgive me and may God give him peace and comfort in a bright new journey. In the words, blame it on me, say it's my fault, say anything you want as long as it's over. People be attracted to all the twerking online and sexy, then want people to change and be someone they never were. Right. They want you to be a nymph and a virgin. Tend to all of his needs. Be his appendage. What are the lyrics? All day, every day. Therapist, mother, maid, nymph, and a virgin. What does she say? That's what they want. It's a contradiction. They want you to be living in the contradiction with them, right? The contradiction of their existence. While saying you want a traditional woman, you go out and get a twerking ass reality star who kiss Flavor Flav in the mouth. All day, every day, therapist, mother, maid, nymph, then a virgin, nurse, then a servant, just an appendage, live to attend him so that he never lifts a finger, 24/7 baby machine, so he can live out his picket fence dreams. It's not an active love if you make her, you make me do too much labor. That's what they want. It's a contradictory existence. They want you to twerk and shake your ass and be sliding up and down on a motherfucking pole, but then want to put you in a home and then put you in a cage and say, act like this, serve me, move into your fucking home. Fuck Raymond Santana. Nigga, you need to be sitting on a motherfucking therapist's couch, not walking down a wedding aisle. Nobody needs to marry you. You need to go get into a relationship with a motherfucking therapist. And a relationship is not the woman you're in a relationship with is not your therapist. Not your therapist. Asshole.
To be honest with you guys,
Let me read some of the comments. The same thing men pursue you for be the same thing they resent you for in the end. Her crashing out at her big age when he ain't even say nothing wrong. He did say something wrong. But y'all be so ready to give these niggas a cookie and a piece of coochie just for doing the bare minimum. He hasn't done a motherfucking thing but probably stress her out. Wish him all the best of finding true love and happiness. Hold on, let me tag him. Here she is. She wants to get picked. How you move into a woman's house and call her and say she's not traditional? Girl, give me a break. ChadwickBoseman honored with a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Yeah, I saw some of Ryan Coogler's speech to him. He had to pull himself together at the beginning. Um, he talked about his youthfulness being combined with thousands of years of wisdom. He was like, I just felt like he was he was so much older, but he had this youthfulness to him, but he just felt so much older. He's like, not like a baby boomer or a silent generation, but thousands of years older. I was like, yes, come on, Ryan. He really did a nice speech. I listened to half of it. It was about he talked for about 10 minutes. I listened to about half of it. I saved it so I can go listen to the rest. But he had to pull himself together, and pay homage and tribute to his friend. Yeah, so shout out to Chadwick Boseman for getting a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Somebody said he should still be here. Well, fucking deserve. He dominated many acting roles outside of Black Panther. Wishing he was here to experience this. Congratulations. I hate that he had to suffer all those years while giving us great performances in movies. Well deserved. If you're 45 or older and haven't been screened for colorectal cancer, please get screened. You don't have to have insurance, or if you don't have insurance, are in need of resources. They are available. Sending love to all. Legacy for his wife, child, and family. Wakanda forever. He should be here with us. His time was not up. Well, it was. It was. And the irony is what he left behind. That's what him knowing that his time was limited, giving information that you're not going to be here as long as you anticipated or wanted to be. Right? We're all going to die, but some of us are going to die earlier than others, right? And for multitudes of reasons. That's your time. So what are you going to do with your time here? Right? With the dash. What are you going to do in the dash? That's what matters. What you do in the dash, because all of us are guaranteed, right? For our bodies to turn back into rocks, to go back to mother, into the soil with mother. And that's what when I was in Mexico and I did my Tamascal, and they were talking about the rocks representing our ancestors because they're back in mother. And these rocks that we see, these are parts of us. The trees that grow, they're part of us. We have to pay reverence. When you see rocks, think about your ancestors. They're part of this earth now. So while we're here, while we're in the dash, what are you doing? Are you spending your time shaking your finger at the way other people live their lives? Are you living yours while you shaking your finger and trying to put everybody else in a motherfucking box? What are you doing with your time? So knowing that he had a limited time here, he created cinema. He left with his creations of these characters that he played so well. So well. So he left us with that. So that's how he lives. He's immortalized. He's going to live forever as long as movies last, as long as he's going to live forever. His spirit is still around. His spirit is still within those characters that he played. And for Ryan to explain that he felt like he was thousands years old, he's carrying knowledge with him. And whatever knowledge you can impart while you're in the dash, do it. What are you doing with the dash? That's it. All of our time is quote limited, and every time somebody leaves the earth, somebody is going to say it's too early. It was too early. It was too early. It was too early. No, we're operating in divine time. This time, what time is it? 9:44. That don't mean shit. We're operating in divine timing and on different realms at the same time, which is the wildest shit to me. So what are you doing with the dash? That's all I'm saying. Take care of each other, protect your energy. Shout out to ChadwickBoseman. He left. He left. He's immortalized. His spirit will live on. Just go watch a movie. He's there. He's still there. Invoke his spirit. If you feel like, oh, I miss ChadwickBoseman, go watch Jackie Robinson's story. Go watch James Brown. Go watch him. He's a great actor. And he did that. He knew he was going through this while he was filming these movies, knowing this is my purpose. I know I'm leaving this here. I know I'm going to leave this here. People are going to be shocked when I pass, but I've left them. I'm going to do as much as I can to leave them with what I need to leave them with. Steve Jobs said something about, leaving a dent, right? Leaving a little dent in culture. Like how are you leaving a dent? How are you going to be here when your physical body is not here? What have you left? Sometimes children is not enough just to leave some children behind. Your so-called legacy, right? No, what else have you done? What time have you, your time that you served on earth, what did you do? That's what I'm saying. I'll be looking at people online, shaking a finger at people, trying to push people back into boxes because of whatever. This is what I believe in. This and that's like, that's how you spending your time. That's what you leaving behind. Is you shaking your finger at somebody for living the life that they want to live, the full spectrum of life, while you sitting there in a box, shaking your finger, putting your finger outside the box, trying to shake, being like, "You're not in the box with us." They living their life. They're making use out of the dash. So what are you doing? All right. So take care of each other. Protect your energy. Let's get down in the comments. Peace.